Hey, you guys, and welcome back to another Candid Truth. All right, y'all, we got a very good exclusive going on today, so I hope y'all are checking in. Let me geek for y'all a second. Let me pull up this file, make sure everything's all good, and make sure y'all can hear me on my end. And put this one on Do Not Disturb because y'all know how y'all be getting them. Have y'all ever been getting them scam calls this entire time? Let's see. Thank you guys for joining the live. I'm gonna put this one on Do Not Disturb. Y'all, I've been getting these ridiculous scam calls that we've been getting lately. I don't know if y'all been getting them. It's been like 105 million of them. I get them all the time. It's irritating. Let's see if we can see me on the screen. Yes, y'all can. Make sure y'all can hear me because I want y'all to hear me very clearly when we get to talking about this exclusive. Oh, Lord, we got an exclusive. I wasn't ready for this exclusive either, so listen, I was doing a lot of researching, was doing a lot of digging, and I can't wait. I know they're going to try to put me somewhere deep inside the timeline, so. Do me good, you too. Let me up into the algorithm. Baby, we love you. Mm. Y'all, it's been so much going on. California didn't even like who we are. Why are we always getting attacked? It's just I don't care what we do. It's like something wrong with Californians. It's like everywhere we go, something wrong with California. It's the same way they be talking about New York. New Yorkers be talking about they get talked about how they talk about Californians. They think we so weird. They think we different. We move different. Y'all act funny. Y'all just be like complaining. Okay. Let's see. Let's make sure this is on. Let's get this popping. Y'all know me and making sure y'all can tip top hear me because I'm going to make sure that I am clear. Oh shit. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right. Welcome into another Candid Truth. We have an exclusive. Now, the title of the article that I wrote at the time was Is the Trump regime disrupting shipments to Russia despite Putin? But that's not even the case. That's just allegedly. So let's break this down for a second. So on September 2nd, 2025, the Trump regime made its first kinetic strike on a Venezuelan boat alleged to be smuggling narcotics for a gang called Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua was deemed a foreign terrorist organization back in 2024 for some very heinous crimes, including narcotic trafficking. This strike resulted in the unforeseeable evisceration of 11 Venezuelans. Since then, there have been several other boat strikes resulting in even more deaths, with the most recent being Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. These strikes are alleged to be part of a mission against narco-terrorism taking place in the Southcom area of responsibility, also known as the Caribbean Sea. Leaders around the world, including Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro, are questioning the legitimacy of these attacks and the high presence of U.S. military forces outside of its jurisdiction. It was reported by the Council of Foreign Relations that around late August, the Trump administration deployed 8 warships and a submarine into the Caribbean Sea as part of its alleged mission. It was also reported that back on January 31st, 2025, U.S. Special Envoys Richard Reynolds took a trip to Caracas, Venezuela. They didn't hesitate to note that since he came back, the relationship between the US and Venezuela became adversarial, with concerns of geopolitical implications. Let's define adversarial. Well, adversarial means hostile. Under law, it's when parties are in a dispute and have a responsibility of finding or presenting evidence. So now my question is, what happened? What happened out there? Were the geopolitical implications wanting to know their shipment logs? Were these shipments to Russia? Well, let's connect the dots. Did you know Russia's trade system with Venezuela is centered on evading US sanctions by using shadow fleets and strengthening geopolitical ties, particularly through military and energy. Their bilateral trade turnover increased by 70% in 2024, reaching about $270 million. Why am I not surprised that two dictators wants to be friends? But now, ask yourself this. Why would I call Nicolas Maduro a dictator? Well, if you didn't know, we're going to take it back a little bit. Back in 1998, a man named Hugo Chavez came into power in Venezuela alongside with his running mate, Mr. Maduro himself. They managed to leverage their rising crude and oil reserves, dropping their extreme poverty rate by 15%. However, due to mismanagement and corruption, the PDVSA oil company fell into dysfunction. The company now finds itself corrupt by military forces and political allies with inadequate technicians. After Chavez passing in 2013, Nicolas Maduro took the seat of president. Since has managed to find himself at odds with his people and legislation. Sounds familiar? Now, it's said that he held an alleged rigged election to ensure his second term in 2018 after a major protest and fraud allegations. Trump even confirmed this allegation when avoiding to answer about the boat strikes on September 2nd. We're not talking about that, but we're talking about the fact that you had an election, which was very strange election, to put it mildly. This man talks very funny. But keep on with me, y'all. We get into it. Many other leaders around the world question about Mr. Maduro's capability as president of Venezuela, with other allegations of corruption and even drug trafficking. With some leaders like Vladimir Putin have expressed admiration to how Nicolas Maduro runs a country. Now, speaking of Putin, who is still at war with Ukraine after attacking them back in early September, just 2 weeks after meeting with Trump in efforts to stop the war, in which Trump publicly expressed his opinion, saying, very disappointed in President Putin. He added, we had a great relationship. I am very disappointed. Thousands of people are dying. They are not Americans. They are Russians and Ukrainians. And it's a war that makes no sense. Leaders in Argentina even criticized Putin on his ethics. Now, what I'm going to say next is all alleged. What an effort it would be for the Trump regime to disrupt shadow fleets carrying military. What an effort it would be for the Trump regime to disrupt shadow fleets carrying military goods to buy time. Note what I said earlier about the Russia and Venezuela trade system using shadow fleets. Shadow fleets are cargo ships often not labeled, accommodatively moving cargo undetected. Now, I would be shocked, but why? But I would only ask, why do it so secretively? Hold on, let me get some. It's not what Early said. Early said they're there. There's on a military and other goods. So what a way to do this to distract it for a second, just to kind of buy time, because Now I would be shocked, Now, again, this is alleged, but just yesterday, he coincidentally now has a meeting with Putin today. I, I see you, Trump. But again, this is all alleged. Now, I don't know what exactly is going on, but what I can tell you is it raises a question for me because if you really take a look back at what I said earlier about how Russia's trade system with Venezuela is based on evading US sanctions, what the US sanctions are basically they have to inform each other about what they're transporting, where they're going, passing up, kind of like how we do with the FAA and the airplanes. Everybody has to communicate with each other, stay on. We have to know who's up there, who's coming down, so therefore it keeps everybody safe. It doesn't start a war or everybody warns or something that just get blown up or anything like that. Let's so it'll be strange for him to take this opportunity at this moment to actually disrupt something like that and to tell us that it was carrying narcotics because he wouldn't know what it is. And how will we even know, again, allegedly, but how will we know what it is if he blows it up because then all the evidence is burnt up? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is true. Yeah, this is all alleged. This is from what I found out in digging in the relationships between all of the people. You can go check down the sources down in the description below and read on it yourself. But this is the relationships that was just based on everything that they had put on file. This is all public information. So y'all can't say that I lied about anything. To me, I think that's more so what's going on instead of the narco terrorism. If he's putting an attempt to stop the war, which would I don't understand why hiding it because if he just said that, then we'll be like, all right, we see what you're doing, but can we go about this in a different direction? The thing is, they don't like criticism up in the Trump regime. Um, they do not. They don't like criticism. They don't like constructive criticism, exactly. And it's just like you want to be president, but let me like if we're gonna give you a little bit instruction, so therefore you won't keep fucking it up. You know what I mean? Like just it's it's starting to look a little scary out here in this world, and I have a lot more questions than we do have answers. So Lord Jesus, this was one hell of an exclusive today, and I, for one, am not done because currently they are actually holding a meeting to talk about this, and I for one want to see if you actually come through today because if things isn't it just coincidence that they have a meeting today? Just a high coincidence that they have a meeting today, right? So I ask you, as the people, what do you feel? And I'm going to ask y'all to leave your comments down below and just, share this, take it back. It's a lot to take in. We can always break it down some more. And there's just a lot of things I want you to understand too. The government, if you ever seen the show, what was that, Night Agent on Netflix? So I had watched that about a year back, and then I recently watched season 2. So the funny thing is, why is our government kind of repeating the same thing again? So he threatened to come to California, first of all. This was big news yesterday. He threatened to come to California to shoot some missiles. He wanted to blow us up. Like, he wants to blow us up. He wants to blow us up. He wants to blow Newsom up. And I'll be damned. Like, y'all did the same thing like Lahaina over here. So we didn't want to sign no motherfucking thing and sell our houses. So you gonna burn our shit down? Yes. This is how it feels. We don't want to agree to none of his terms, so he gonna blow our shit up. Y'all, take a deep breath in, take a big O out, roll you a blunt. It's Friday. Have a good one. I can't wait to see y'all later because we'll be possibly doing Friday Night Live over here at the Candid Truth. And we do Friday Night Live tonight. We'll make sure to keep y'all posted because Friday Night Live, we're gonna talk. We talk our. We're gonna start talking our, and we gonna do that one. That's how we're gonna do that. But thank you again for so much for watching, and you guys just stay safe, stay informed, do your research. Don't let them just lie to you. And I'll see you guys on another Candid Live.